Listen, life is going to throw distractions at you left and right. You wake up with good intentions, and before you know it, you're scrolling, watching, and worrying about things that have nothing to do with your goals, and you wonder why you're not where you want to be. It ain't because you're not smart. It's not because you don't have talent. It's because you keep letting distractions pull you away from your purpose. Focus is one of the most powerful tools a person can develop. It's like a muscle. The more you train it, the stronger it gets. But just like a muscle, if you don't use it, it weakens. A lot of people struggle to stay locked in on their goals. Not because they're not capable, but because they've never learned how to build their focus. They let distractions control them instead of taking control of their own mind. Think about it. When you go to the gym and start lifting weights, you don't see results overnight. It takes time. You start with what you can handle, and as you keep training, your muscles grow. The same thing happens with focus. At first, it's hard. You might find yourself getting distracted every few minutes, losing track of what you are supposed to be doing. But if you keep working at it, if you commit to training your focus, over time, it becomes easier. You start noticing that you can stay locked in for longer periods. Your mind becomes sharper. You start achieving things that once seemed impossible simply because you've developed the ability to direct your energy where it matters. The problem is most people don't treat their focus like a muscle. They let it get weaker and weaker without even realizing it. Every time they pick up their phone, instead of working on their dream, they're making it harder to focus. Every time they let small distractions pull them away from what they need to do, they're reinforcing a habit of losing focus. The habits shape results. If you develop the habit of being distracted, your life will reflect that. You'll always feel like you're busy but never really moving forward. But when you develop the habit of staying focused, things start to shift. You get more done. You start winning. Think about the most successful people in the world. They didn't get to where they are by bouncing from one thing to the next, letting every little distraction throw them off. No, they learned how to focus. They trained themselves to block out the noise and zero in on what mattered. Whether it's an athlete training for a championship, a business person building a company, or an artist perfecting their craft, the one thing they all have in common is focus. They know that what they put their time and energy into will grow, so they don't waste it on things that don't serve their vision. A strong mind isn't something you're just born with. It's something you build. And the way you build it is by consistently strengthening your ability to focus. That means being intentional about what you give your attention to. It means setting priorities and sticking to them. It means recognizing when you're being pulled off track and having the discipline to bring yourself back. Because every time you choose to focus, you're making your mind stronger. You're teaching yourself how to stay locked in no matter what's happening around you. The truth is, focus is the difference between people who succeed and people who don't. It's not always about who's the smartest or who has the most talent. It's about who can stay committed long enough to see results. Some of the most brilliant people in the world never reach their potential because they can't stay focused. They let distractions, doubt, and outside noise pull them away from what they were meant to do. Meanwhile, people with less natural talent but a stronger focus push through and win. Developing strong focus doesn't mean you have to be perfect. You're gonna get distracted sometimes. You're gonna have moments where your mind wanders, but what matters is what you do when that happens. Do you give in to the distraction and lose time, or do you recognize it, refocus, and keep going? The more you train yourself to come back to what matters, the easier it gets. Eventually, staying focused becomes second nature. What you focus on grows. This is one of the most important principles of success, and yet most people don't realize how much control they actually have over their own lives just by choosing what they give their attention to. Your mind is like a garden. Whatever you plant in it and water consistently is what will flourish. If you focus on negativity, fear, and doubt, that's exactly what will take over. But if you focus on growth, opportunities and solutions, those things will expand instead. Every thought you entertain, every problem you dwell on, every goal you give energy to, it all has the power to shape your reality. If you constantly tell yourself that you're stuck, that you're not good enough, that life is unfair, your mind will find ways to prove that to you. It will magnify the problems, highlight your weaknesses, and keep you in a cycle where you never move forward. But the opposite is also true. If you start focusing on what's possible, if you shift your mindset to one of belief and determination, your mind will start working in your favor. It will look for solutions, recognize opportunities, and push you toward progress. The reason why this is so powerful is that your focus controls your energy. Wherever your focus goes, your energy follows. If you focus on your problems, they feel bigger and more overwhelming. You start to believe they're impossible to solve. But if you shift your focus toward finding answers, your mind starts working differently. Instead of feeling stuck, you start coming up with ideas. Instead of feeling like a victim of your circumstances, you start taking control. This is why two people can go through the same struggle and come out with completely different results. One focused on what was holding them back, while the other focused on how to move forward. This applies to every area of life. If you want to be successful, you have to focus on success. If you want to be happy, you have to focus on what brings you joy. If you want to improve, you have to focus on the actions that will lead to growth. You can't expect to reach new levels in life while keeping your focus on the things that hold you back. Too many people waste time focusing on things they can't control, things that drain them or things that don't contribute to their future, and then they wonder why they feel stuck. The truth is, they're feeding the wrong things. It's not just about positive thinking, it's about training your mind to be intentional. This means being mindful of the conversations you engage in,